That's true.
And even us, so.
That's true, but I think in this particular situation, we're not talking about liquor stores being in that area. We're talking
No,
about
I'm just.
liquor by, excuse me,
Yeah.
we're talking about liquor by drink establishments that would be in the backyards of our neighbors in Germantown.
My larger point was that we're trying to figure out how liquor fits into everything. Otherwise.
Cameron said it's on a long time. Let me jump in on this one, because Alderman versus make a good point. Can we just look at the use standards for just a minute? Because that's section 23-763. All right, this is current ordinance. Okay, look please at where it says number 4 retail, and then look at the last one that says liquor selling establishment. I think we all, first of all, the insertion of the words alcoholic beverages do not belong there. We know that. And secondly, let me also say at the outset, and I know people have been concerned about this, no one ever intended to make any change about the location of any liquor stores in Germantown. That never came up at any level that I heard, and nobody intended to do that. But the question really is, what does for retail liquor selling establishment mean? If it means liquor store, then the word in the Tennessee Code and the word in our alcohol beverage ordinance for that is retailer. Now, why they don't call it liquor store, so we all know, I don't know, but it's the word capital R, retailer. If what this is intended to mean at for retail liquor selling establishment, a liquor store, then the word we need to put in there is, quote, retailer, if that's what we mean. And it gets back to what I said earlier, we're going to say what we mean and we're going to do what we say. But we need your input about that, because if liquor selling establishment means more than that, such as a restaurant that might sell what we used to call liquor by the drink, which is now called liquor for on-premises consumption, if we mean that, then we need to say that. And one of the advantages of having this work session is to get some input about that and for y'all to think about how you want it to be. Now, let me point out that above that, in the same section, there's a line for restaurants that are permitted in T4, T5, and T6. Well, you have to think about that. These days, if you want more than, say, a fast casual restaurant, then that restaurant is going to expect to be able to serve alcoholic beverages for on-premises consumption. And that's the policy decision for y'all to help us make. Now, what I want to do is make sure, and my role in this is to draft it like you want it to be. And if we didn't do it right the first time, we go back and we do it right now. And so there's some feedback that needs to come to that on that point.
And may I say that, you know, our liquor ordinances are nowhere near as stringent as the city of Memphis. And I think as far as location, distance from homes, churches, libraries, schools, playgrounds, and the like. And whereas we have a situation where it is what it is now, but we have Whole Foods selling wine next door to the church. That wouldn't happen in the old days, but in today's world, because the legislators weren't thinking of that at the time, it's probably chaos all over the state. And so let me make my point. Sure. And so, but anyway, we did a look-see or revision of some of the alcohol beverage laws within our community, but we really need to be more cognizant of what is the standard or the norm into our sister city to the west, and that way we're in uniform. The differences between our ordinances versus the city of Memphis ordinances have the customer base confused. And I'm getting this from my for employees and competitors. And so, you know, maybe it looks, see, down the line, I'm not advocating we do this tomorrow.
Well, but Alderman, you're right, and I particularly appreciate your input because of your experience. Let me go further. First of all, we need to decide what we're talking about there. Are we talking about a retailer, which means liquor store? If we are, if that's what that always meant, then those can only occur in T5 and T6 with a warrant, meaning it has to come before the board when you're all in. If that language means it would somehow limit a full-service restaurant, then we need to think about that. Because a full-service restaurant doesn't need to get into this process unless they know they're going to have to come before the BMA to have a warrant to sell what we used to call liquor by the drink. However we can do it, we need to sort out with input either today or after today before this goes further. So,
but what I'm trying to get to, trying to relate to you, is that having a patio on the back side of the building, and the residence is right behind that patio, and so you have children playing in the backyard and 50 feet away, 30 feet away, wherever, are people enjoying their cocktails, and that's not exactly what public wants.
Question, your comment was it?
That's the conversation we're going to have. And look, I want to write it the way you want it, and that's my task. And go from there.
So, as the ordinance are written today, are alcohol selling establishments permitted in T4?
No, the current, what you have in front of you is 23-763, and
Liquor selling
liquor
establishment.
establishment is not permitted, but in T5 and T6, you could have it in.
No, I just asked it up T4, so I want to stay focused on that for a minute, if that's okay.
No.
Okay,
No.
so let me repeat what I think you just said. Both liquor selling establishments and alcohol selling establishments are a prohibited use in T4 as the ordinance is written today.
Liquor, not alcohol, liquor. You see,
That's-
and that's where the cluster is.
Talking about,
So you're saying that beer will be
liquor
permitted?
stores are not
Yes.
allowed in T4.
Beer would be
Selling
permissible.
Liquor stores are not allowed in T4.
And neither is selling of alcohol.
Liquor selling establishment, whatever that is, whatever that means.
Okay,
And
and
clearly liquor stores.
the language has to change.
But the language, right.
So is beer allowed then, Alderman Barzis? I mean, I assume that if liquor
Beer
selling
beer is under a totally different set of laws, rules, and regs across the state.
so is it permitted in T4?
No,
Well,
No,
it's allowed-
no.
beer is-
If you had a
no,
If you had a restaurant, the
You could
beer
ask-
board,
no.
the beer board would have to be petitioned, which is the BMA, the same way any restaurant comes in for a beer board license. But a restaurant is permitted in T4. To Mr. Harris and Alderman Barzis' point, beer is considered a completely different beverage under the state statutes.
So we still change the prohibited use of liquor by the drink, which is what you said earlier, to permitted use by right. So we still have the issue of opening up T4R to liquor by the drink, which many of the residents still are opposed to, and that's what this is about. And while we're on this topic, I just want to say that part of the problem was the notice that was provided to the community, because it's very unclear in the use boxes exactly whether we were adding a use, taking a use away. It had a very strange symbol there that made it unclear. So I'm not sure if the citizens to date have received proper notice of these changes. So
Let me say a couple things. When you ask about what's permitted in T4, T5, T6. You said only T4, but that is covered in the smart code use standard. Now, you go over to the part we need to correct, to the alcoholic beverage section. That's the section that needs to be separated out, separating the retailer, meaning liquor store, from the retail food store, meaning grocery store. And that's the change that's coming forward. Now,